Hello, this is Mrs. Ryan here to share another story with you. And this story today is called Ducky. See him? Right there. What color is this duck? Oh, good job. He is a yellow. I bet he's even maybe a rubber duck, don't you? Shall we get started and find out more about Ducky? Here it says Eve Bunting. Who do you think Eve Bunting might be? You're right. And we know that author writes the story, author writes the story, author writes the story. That's why she came first. Now I'm going to open our story to a very special page called you're right, the title page. And you see the author there, but you also see someone else listed, David Winniski. And that his job would be what? Oh, you're right. So smart. We know that illustrators illustrate, illustrators illustrate, illustrators illustrate, which means he made the pictures. Now, I don't know about you. If you took a good look at this title page, I don't see our ducky anywhere. If I go back one page, Ducky seems like, wow, what do you think might be in this big cargo box? And do you think this big cargo box is being loaded onto maybe this ship? Who do you think might be in that big box? Wow, those are some really good guesses. Nice work. Now, I am a yellow plastic duck, and I am in great danger. Yesterday, I was snuggled, safe with hundreds of other bathtub toys. We were in a crate on a big ship. Then a storm came, and our crate was washed overboard. Did you guess that Ducky was inside that crate? But he's not safely on that ship anymore, is he? They were washed right overboard. Down, 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 down it went. We tumbled around inside yellow ducks, green frogs, blue turtles, and red beavers. Boom! Crash! We hit the bottom and the crate broke, and we bobbed like colored bubbles to the surface. So the box sunk down, 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 down until it crashed on the very bottom of the ocean. Now, if you've ever played with a rubber ducky in your bathtub, do they sink? Oh no, they float. So when they crashed open, they all wanted to go back to the surface just like bubbles. Bloop, 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 bloop. Up they're going. Fish with watery eyes came to stare. A sea snake wiggles itself among us. A great monster head rises close to me. Ah, shark! I go from scared to terrified. Oh my goodness. Poor Ducky out there in the ocean. That's not where he was supposed to end up, was it? No wonder he's so scared. The shark's mouth opens and it gulps in a frog, 2 beavers, 3 turtles, and me. Things and bits of things are stuck in its giant teeth. It shakes its head and spits us out. I expect we are not too tasty, though we are guaranteed non-toxic. I wish we could swim and get away, but all we can do is float. It is a relief when that shark goes away. Wow, that is a big shark's mouth. And see the one rubber ducky in there? And do you remember how many beavers did he say? That was right. 1, 2 beavers. And how many frogs? Do you remember? You see them right there? 1 frog. And do you remember how many turtles there were? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. Good job. So if we have 1 ducky, 1 frog, 2 beavers, and 3 frogs, How many do we have all together? So that's 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. Let's add it all together for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good job and good counting. Now, a wedge of pelicans flies above us. Oh, how I wish I could fly. I'd fly to safety. The frog next to me is turned upside down by a wave, and then right side up by another. But we are drifting far from one another. Great sea spaces separate us. High on a sea swell, I see us spread across the ocean for miles and miles and miles. Now I see Ducky right there. And then, oh, there looks like there's a beaver way over there. They are getting so much farther apart. Oh, I don't even see the frog anymore. Oh my. The next morning, I have no yellow ducks, no green frogs, no blue turtles, or red beavers to keep me company. Like the ship, they have left, and I am alone. Do you see him there? All alone in the ocean. Poor Ducky. I can't tell how long I float on the big empty ocean. There are days when the sun sparks the water, when the ocean is blue with white ruffles, and there are days when I float through the rain, days when the wind blows me backwards, tumbling like a little yellow ball. It is all the same to me. I only know the loneliness. There are days when fog hides me, even from myself. In those days, I am lonelier than ever. There are nights of clouds and nights of constellations. There is a moon and another and another. The water must be colder now. Ice nudges me. Seals bark as I go by. Will I float in this ocean forever and ever? Do you see him there in the moon? Floating on the cold water? Looks so much colder. And do you see our seals over here? How many seals were there? Could we count them together? 1, 2. 2 seals. It is on a day of pale light that I feel the sea lift me, carry me, crash me down. I'm somersaulting over small stones. What is happening to me now? Someone is shouting. I found one! I found one! It's a duck! Oh, do you see the shadow? You think that's another shark? You're right. I do think it's a kid. Maybe it's a student just like you. What do you mean? He found another one. Do you think they've been washing up on shore? A boy's face is close to mine. We are nose to beak and beak to nose. Another boy rubs my head. Hi, Ducky. That's what I'll call him, Ducky, my boy says. His friend grins. Good name. Very original. I need to report that I found him, my boy says. He gets on a bike. Mrs. James is keeping a record for science. For science? Me? Wow! How exciting for Ducky to be part of science. My goodness, look at this. It's great to see so many of my friends again. Do you see them all in this picture? So many people. Here is our Ducky right there. But if you look on the people very carefully, There's a frog here, a frog here, a duck here, a duck here, a beaver. Oh my goodness. Oh, another beaver. Look at all of them. Wow, they've really been reunited with their friends again. Now we are in a room, and my boy sets me on a table. I found him down on the beach, Mrs. James, he tells a woman. Thank you for reporting it, she says, and she writes in a notebook. I'll put it on my ducks found list. People are finding a lot of these bathtub toys around town, and the scientists are so interested. Ducky's coming home with me, my boy says. Here he is at school recording that he was found on the beach. We ride to his house and he puts me in his bathtub. Oh, I am so happy. I am a bathtub duck, fulfilling my destiny. How wondrous it is to be able to float. So he made it all the way from ocean, where he was so scared and so lonely, to where he was meant to be, in the boy's bathtub, with lots and lots of bubbles, I'd say. Now, the reason this story was written was in 1992, a crate containing 29,000 plastic bathtub toy animals left on a ship from Hong Kong, China, bound for Tacoma, Washington, USA. It was washed overboard in a storm. Hundreds of toys have since been found beached on the eastern coast of the Gulf of Alaska. Scientists are checking findings and sightings to learn more about currents, winds, and tides. Using computers, they plot the track of the remaining toys. Some, they believe, will go into the Arctic Ocean and ride a course toward the North Pole. Some could sail round the top of the world to the North Atlantic. One lone duck has been found off Washington State. How wondrous it is to be able to float. The end. I hope you enjoyed Ducky, and perhaps it inspires you to do a little science today to see things that can float and things that don't float. I know that Ducky floats, but what could you find that could float? And maybe you could write some scientific recordings of your own. Have a great day.